Welcome to the AmCham channel. I'm Anthony Galliano, President of the American Chamber of Commerce in Cambodia. And today is quite a special day because we are going to talk to Blaise Kilian, who is a former colleague with AmCham, and now has a new position, which is, I could call you the curator, effectively,
yes,
right?
Co-director officially, but curator is fine.
The SOSORO Museum, which is really the money museum here in Cambodia. I understand that the NBC sponsored this, founded this as well, because it's that important. And it's one of the more beautiful museums in Cambodia, if not I've seen in Asia.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. Indeed, this museum, first of all, has been established by the National Bank of Cambodia as part of its vision to share knowledge and understanding about the economy, about money, but also about the relationship that exists between economy, money, history, politics, and society. And indeed, this is quite a special museum for a few reasons, if I may. The first one is that it is the Museum of Economy and Money, but as you rightly said, it is also a museum about the history of Cambodia. So this is probably the only place in Cambodia where you have a comprehensive and continued overview of Cambodia's history from 2,000 years ago all the way until nowadays. The second characteristic, I would say, of this museum is that it is a very modern and interactive museum. It is a museum where you have not only artifacts that are being displayed, but also a lot of audiovisual components, a lot of IT components, a lot of interactive components as well. You have touchscreens, you have games and quizzes at the end of the visit to test your knowledge. So it is a very lively museum that maybe does not correspond to your usual conception of a museum that would be a very silent, remote, dusty place. This is a modern, lively area where you can receive a huge amount of knowledge and where therefore you can discover a lot of information about Cambodia, about its history, through the economic, monetary, and trade perspective.
Has this sort of filled in the gap where it's been difficult to really understand Khmer history, and we're doing it through a factor of a series of different types of money at different points in time in the economy where you can actually learn history?
Exactly, I think you are right. When you come to Cambodia, first of all, what you usually have heard about Cambodia is basically information about the Angkor Empire and about the Khmer Rouge regime, which are two very important empires that needs to be known and understood. One because of its grandeur, the other one because of the tragedy of what happened. But actually, Cambodia's history cannot be summarized only to those two very significant periods. And so here, yes, you can hear about the time of Funan, where Cambodia was a major trading place at the crossroads of international maritime routes throughout the region. You can also learn about what happened after the fall of Angkor. You can learn about the French protectorate, where you had the first, maybe one of the earliest monetary unions in the world, with the piastre being created by the French to be used and circulated in the whole of Indochina. You can learn about the realization of His Majesty King Sihanouk after independence. You can learn, of course, again about the war and the Khmer Rouge, but you can also learn about what happened after the fall of the Khmer Rouge and the reconstruction of the country. And you can learn about the current state of the economy as well.
Are Cambodian students coming here really to learn more about their history, which may not be available in books?
Yes, you're right. There is a vision by the National Bank and especially its top leadership to promote education and knowledge sharing, especially, of course, again, with regard to the role of economy and money in society. And we are in a country that is currently using massively a currency that is not the national currency. So of course there is also an agenda about explaining what is the role of money. We very much have a high quality, high standard knowledge contents to be shared for an education purpose.
I'm even fascinated by, besides the coins, the bills. You have bills, again, covering hundreds and hundreds of years period. How are those found and located?
Sometimes you have people who make donations, you have people who make deposits. Sometimes you are lucky enough to find them. So it's a constant, I would say, pursuit and research to gather as many items as possible. We have experts who continue to do that. I think especially about Jean-Daniel Gardin, who is the main economist who helped to design the contents of the museum. So it's a process. And it's even more important that because of the years of turmoil that Cambodia went through, sometimes it's difficult to recollect past objects, but slowly we managed to find quite outstanding items, including, for instance, a set of never used Khmer Rouge currency. You know that the Khmer Rouge abolished money, but before that they actually printed a currency which they shipped to Cambodia, and then ultimately they decided to ban money. But we have a set of never used Khmer Rouge currency that was printed and never circulated. So probably the most amazing artifact is this gold medal coin from King Presrey Sanwarman. And this is the name of this king that we gave to the museum, which is not easy to pronounce, but the official name of the museum is the Presrey Sanwarman Museum. And we have found one coin issued by this king in the early 7th century. And so far it is the most ancient coin issued by a Cambodian king that has been discovered. And we have only one such coin. One of the many roles of this museum is also to build further awareness on the role of money in society and the role of the national currency. And we also display the current real banknotes for people to understand how they are printed, what is the meaning of the symbols that are displayed on it, and so on and so forth.
And you really have an amazing knowledge, which I guess you had to gather in a very short period of time.
Well,
because you were the EuroCham ED, and all of a sudden now you're...
True, but to be fair, I mean, I have studied a bit of Cambodian language and civilization in the past, and having spent so many years in Cambodia, I always, been reading so much. I've been accumulating, but yes, there is so much more knowledge here that you have to ingest it, by the day.
And you also have events here, correct?
Yes, because we have the permanent exhibition in this huge building that you see where we are sitting now. We have a beautiful garden. We have a conference room and temporary exhibition room. We have a coffee shop. We have a cafe clang. We have a nice restaurant upstairs, the City Garden. So we are able to indeed host events. Partners do host events here. We have had chambers and even corporate events hosted, also related to banking, finance, the economy, or history. I want it to be also as lively as possible, as a place where people can meet, discuss, and exchange about Cambodia's economy, past, present, and future, or Cambodia's history in general.
From this, I would say I encourage every Cambodian that can to come here and get a sense of their history, get a sense of just how powerful the Khmer Empire was, which was quite amazing. And some of the coins in the history of the Khmer Empire were amazing as well, but also some of the turbulent times. So thank you, Blaise.
Also, thank you, first of all, Anthony and AmCham for coming here again. I'm always happy to welcome everyone to this museum. Indeed, if you want to, just get a sense of how Cambodia was in the past, how it is nowadays, how it can be in the future, from the historical, economic, and monetary perspective, I think that is very much the place to come. And we look forward to host more visitors and more events. It's
a great company trip, right? It's just a day trip in a couple of hours.
Exactly.
And it gives the opportunity for Cambodian workers to get out of the office and see an amazing history of their country. Exactly. It gives a sense of pride. Thank you very much. This is Anthony Galliano for the American Chamber of Commerce AmCham channel. And thanks, Blaise. Thanks for the visit.
Thank you very much.